Hey bats, how are you? Today I wanted to talk about 5 terrifying looking animals that are actually harmless because I adore animals and biology, so wanted to look at them through a horror lens today. We as humans tack on misconceptions on animals all the time, and I wanted to possibly shatter some of that for people today. Just because something looks scary doesn't mean it's dangerous, for example. Mind you, that's not applicable to everything. Let's look into some animals that look terrifying, but in reality are perfectly harmless. To humans, anyway. Number 5. Most tarantulas. Actually, it would be all of them. Believe it or not, tarantulas are really fragile, and that means that they can shatter like glass if mishandled. So, how's that for super dangerous? You may be thinking, Des, what about their venom? Surely their bites can kill? Well, no, not really. If you're bitten by a tarantula, it may be very painful. You will be in danger if you happen to be allergic, but that's the case for most things. However, you won't die under normal circumstance from a tarantula bite. Their venom is lethal to small creatures, but not you. This does include the infamous Goliath bird eater. The venom is only mild to humans, but it will hurt. Well, their fangs will really hurt. If the tarantula rears up and shows its fangs, then begins hissing, that's probably a good sign to back off, wouldn't you say? Though that's typically a universal thing. Anyway, yes, even the largest tarantula is harmless to people. I stopped being afraid of tarantulas myself when I volunteered at a nature center as a child and held one. Her name was Fluffy. I used gloves at first, but I didn't really need to after long, and it's important to be gentle with tarantulas because, again, they can shatter if you drop them, so stay safe, be careful. Don't freak them out, they're probably more afraid of you than you are of them. Number 4. The spider crab. So these things are super neat, and I see them on very many lists when it comes to being frightening, you know, like those frightening animal lists. But they don't live up to their reputation of being terrifying, at least in terms of actually being dangerous. Whereas some critters that look dangerous actually are. Anyway, humans are more dangerous than to the crabs rather, than vice versa. These crabs are quite tasty, so I've heard. These things are a perfect example of completely harmless yet terrifying to some. They're crabs to me, and crabs really don't scare me, but spiders don't either, so there's that. However, spiders did scare me prior to me getting over it, as you saw on the last item on our list, with me holding the tarantula that got rid of my fear. I wasn't afraid of spider crabs even then. Actually, I think they're kinda cute, you know. I used to love seeing them when I was at the beach as a kid. I think the ones I saw were the portly spider crabs, though, not the really large ones. Japanese spider crabs are the ones with the really long legs, so I think that they look sort of graceful myself, but some people do not. They think that they're very scary. But yeah, they're definitely more prone to being hurt by you than you are of them. Number 3. The goblin shark. These things have quite the scary looking chompers, don't they? Nearly as impressive as mine. But not quite there yet. Anyway, it may look frightening, but it's still harmless to you humans. However, that's not the case for their prey, like bony fish, crustaceans, and squid. Here's where things get interesting. The goblin shark can extend its jaws, and will do so when hunting, hence its rather distinct look. These animals are from deep waters, however, specifically depths of about 1,200 meters. That would be about 3,937 feet. Now, let's look at how deep humans can go. With proper gear, we can get to about 1,000 feet. Specialized gear allows us to go further, at about 2,000 feet. The shark is still down there at nearly twice that distance. Suffice to say, I don't think we can quite reach where these creatures actually live. Even if we could, I suspect the shark would remain harmless, as we're not on the menu. Believe it or not, sharks have a bad reputation. You are far more likely to die from a car crash, dog, lightning strike, wasp attack, gunshot, or fall. Sharks are more innocent than you may think, and goblin sharks can't even get to you. Number 2. The scarlet king snake. Here's where we have an example of something that looks like something very dangerous. This snake resembles the coral snake. There is a saying, red touches yellow, kill a fellow. Red touches black, venom lack. This is a side-by-side comparison of a scarlet king snake versus coral snake. Though it's always best to be careful as sometimes color variations break the rules. Still, the scarlet king snake is utilizing something known as Batesian mimicry, where a non-venomous animal will evolve to mimic the patterns of a venomous one. This sort of evolution is so neat to me and I absolutely love it. You go, scarlet king snake. Of course, the downside to that is eventually, if there are too many scarlet king snakes, predators will stop being afraid of them, as they will learn from the lack of venom, leading to coral snakes being attacked too, which will result in a potentially dead predator. Nature can be a constant balance and tug of war in that way, which is bloody awesome. But yeah, quite like the hognose snake or the corn snake, the scarlet king snake does not have toxic venom that can harm humans. This snake has no venom at all, as a matter of fact. Number 1. The tailless whip scorpion. We're getting to my absolute favorite animal on this list because it looks so damn cool, but people are terrified of it. I will admit, when I first saw these things, I thought that they were way more dangerous than they actually are. But during this section, I'm going to show you clips from Clint's Reptiles, a YouTube channel that is amazing. Now, this is a perfect example of an animal that looks like it could do damage, but it really can't. If you agitate it enough, it can pinch you, but I don't really think it can actually break skin. These animals are actually incredibly docile and make great pets, except for one caveat, really. Get ready. Do they have venom, secret teeth, an even meaner look? No, not at all. They can actually be quite fast in a short period of time, so be mindful of that when handling them. Kind of teleport around, and with fast animals you might be able to lose them. They can actually be quite nervous given they have no venom at all. And well, that would be it. They're actually spiders, by the way, and not scorpions. Yes, they do like to live in caves. But I highly recommend watching Clint's video on these awesome animals. They are the perfect example of something that looks terrifying, but again, really is not. So, what a fun journey that was. These animals should remind you not to jump to conclusions based on appearance. Informing yourself of reality could teach you something new, and that something you previously thought was dangerous is actually not even close. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like and subscribe. I'm a growing channel and would love the support. Also, tell me, what's an animal you would include on this list? Which on my list is your favorite, and what do you think of the tailless whip scorpion, because I really want to know that. I know I really actually want to have a pet of one in the future, and if I ever do get one, I'll show you. But have a nice night or day wherever it is for you folks.